Oh, hello there. Hundar, hanging out with Chris, the producer on TERA. Now, over on Realm, I've been getting a lot of comments. People say, where's the TERA coverage? Why haven't I seen anything? I'm here. Your wish is granted. We're in the shadow of the TERA tree.
TERA tree.
My first big question. Combat is the #1 thing I hear about TERA. What about the combat in this game is so unique that sets it apart?
So what TERA does really well is it takes that action-y, twitch-based combat, that movement, that ducking and dodging and rolling of consoles and first-person shooters, and it mashes that together with the depth of an MMO, with the crafting, with the quest storyline, with mounts, with all those things that make an MMO an MMO, and it just mashes them together in something that's really unique that nobody's done before.
Now, people in other MMOs complain when, for example, like, oh, my character can't jump, or I have trouble moving. This is a game where it's really going to take that to the next level as far as like, oh, don't stand in the fire, roll out of the fire, get ready for this attack.
Oh yeah, if you stand in the fire, you're going to get burned. Yeah, we can jump, we can roll, we can duck. The combat is totally positional. There's no tab targeting. You have a crosshair in your screen, and you put your crosshair on what you want to kill, and then you start swinging away. If you swing to the left, you're going to miss it. If you swing to the right, you're going to miss it. If you swing dead on, you're going to hit it.
In terms of the classes themselves, are you sort of going with informing them off of traditional RPG roles like the Paladin, the Priest, the Healer, or are you guys kind of going into new territory with what your classes will be?
So we've got some old names you'll recognize, we've got some new names you won't. We have defensive or tank classes, we've got 2 of those. We've got 4 classes that are kind of arranged in DPS, and then we've got 2 support classes which are kind of healing and buffs. So you won't recognize the names all the way, and they do play a little bit differently, obviously because with our action combat, you can't sit back as a priest and just tab target because there's no tab targeting. So you've got to move around with your party. You've got to get to where the players need the heals. You've got to run into the thick of it and res them, then get back out before you draw aggro. So there will be some familiar elements, but there will definitely be some unique elements too.
As far as the art style, I feel like that's another element of this game that really sets it apart. Can you talk about some of the influences that went into the look of this game?
Yeah, it's really nice when you go through the game and you look at the different zones. You've got desert wastelands, you've got rocky mountain spires, you've got luscious green forest. It's really, they've taken influences from the world around us and they've really built them into a game. The desert, it looks hot. You've got the waves, the heat waves rippling from the rocks, and you feel like you're really there. So they've really taken geographical places and designs from those places, architecture, structures, and they've really built it together into a world that flows seamlessly, but really feels like you're in the desert when you're there.
This may be a hard question to answer without a point of context, but the size of the world itself in TERA, what are we dealing with?
Big.
Big? Like multiple continents? Is it one big continent? What does it sort of look like?
So, I'm trying to think of it. Well, actually, you know what?
It's kind of tricky, I know. We'll just show you on the map. Benefit of having the game demo right behind us.
That's one of the benefits. So if you look at the world right here, you'll notice that it's essentially made up of 4 main continents. So this is the first continent, second, and third, and they're all broken down into different provinces. So right now we're in the Purpurea province, and that's broken into many different states within that. So, and it takes a while to run or ride your horse from one to the other. So on this sheer size of scale, it's pretty big.
Yeah. Another question before we go, before we run out of time, PvP. What is the sort of, I guess, design philosophy for PvP in this game? What's going to set it apart from PvP and all these other competitors?
Well, so we've said it from the beginning that we want to have PvE and PvP servers. We're working on how that configuration is going to look right now. It's going to be unique. I mean, it's an open world, so in the PvP server set, you're going to get killed early and often, if you're not careful. I mean, it's all part of letting the players select what they want to play and how they want to play. Do they want to play on PvE, where it's safer, you can experience a story? Do they want to play on PvP, where there's a chance you're going to get ganked if you're not careful? So you got to form up with the guild, really fast, so you've got other players getting your back the whole time. So we're still working out the specific details of it, but that feel when you're when you log into that PvP server and you're looking around and be like, all right, I'm going to go hunt these guys. I'm okay. Or you got your crew and you're rolling with everybody. You're going to get that feeling.
Constant fear of death is the only way to go, in my opinion. All right, I'm going to throw it back to the live stream. It's looking awesome. Thanks for your time.
Thanks, guys.